Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the 32 Created Team franchise. Season 1 is done. We are in the playoffs. Don't worry, I'm going to explain and cover Season 1 stats and standings and all of that stuff. But in this episode, we're going to get the first round of playoffs started and underway. These are obviously the teams that made it. The reason why we're doing it this way is because I want to get a new league in here with not just new teams, but new players. I don't want Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson in here and all that. I want, it to be a fresh league, a minor, league to the NFL. So I've went through the tedious task of increasing the age of a lot of the dominant players, and this will probably be, they'll all retire after this, and then we'll have a fresh new league in here. But I still want to cover Season 1, so this is, obviously still going to count for the records and whatnot. So let's talk about who made it to the playoffs and stuff. Orlando Guardians, though many think they don't deserve it, had an 8-9 record. They are on a 3-game losing streak, so not the best, but they squeak in due to a weak division. But they're going to be facing a tough rival, and that is the Portsmouth Spartans. And well, they started off the year with a loss, then 1-2, lost, 1-3, lost. And then they really they were winning more than they were losing, but then they got it together. They beat Arizona, they beat Arlington, they beat Portland, they beat the Frontiers, they beat Washington again, which was the last team they lost to. They're going into the playoffs on a 5-game winning streak. In my personal opinion, and this is just me, I think they're one of the tougher teams to beat in the playoffs. Just because they don't have the best record, they know what it feels like to lose, and they are hot and on it. We know when it comes to football, it's all about who's got the momentum, who's on the hot streak, who's filling it. And this team, they got it. The Portsmouth Spartans, and their first opponents, you don't want to obviously overlook them, but I do think they should beat them. On paper, they're the better team, the Orlando Guardians. I mean, let's be honest. When you lose more than you win, it's always awkward to see you in the playoffs. The secondary for the Portsmouth Spartans is deadly. But what's interesting about this, guys, is they got a really good roster. But that is going to change after this year. It's going to change for every team in the league after this year. You may have guys like, Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, but you're not going to have them next year. So you need to go ahead and win it now with them. And then it's going to be basically who has the better drafts as we go along through this series and stuff. So here's the matchup. Everyone sees it. Let's get to those results. Watch some big plays and highlights and whatnot. And we're going to cover more than just this game, though. So it's going to be more of a fast-paced kind of thing. But Lamar Jackson at a 99 overall. They won't have him next year. So this will be interesting to see. Can the Portsmouth Spartans, make it count while they have Lamar Jackson? And this is a cool way for us to get to see the jerseys and get to know the teams and decide who we want our favorite team to be and whatnot. And look at the Portsmouth uniforms, man. You got to give me a little bit of credit. I didn't take too long on it because I had a bunch of teams. I had to get this league together, So, when it comes to the LT Jazz, I took the most amount of time on those jerseys, and those will probably always be my favorite. But for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes in the builder, this is, these are the alternates for special. So this isn't even their main uniforms, but those are their alt helmets and their alt uniforms. I feel like I did a pretty good job at representing Portsmouth Spartans. So those are the alternate helmets right there. It's got their secondary logo on it. Pretty cool, I think. But Let's get that out of the way and get into the plays. Right off the rip, it'd be Lamar Jackson connecting to Pickens. They're not going to have either of these players later. We know that. But for now, they do. Then he's going to bomb it, and it's a touchdown. Portsmouth Spartans. Huge play right there. They're going to go ahead and dance on them. Later in the game, though, 3rd and goal. Portsmouth couldn't do it. They were so close to getting that goal line stop, but just couldn't do it. Guys, in the comment section, let me know. I want you guys to really come together and decide on this. We need a trophy name, right? It's not the Lombardi Trophy. It's not the Super Bowl. We need a name. So leave it in the comment section down below. Let me know, what could we call the name for the big game in this league? If you didn't know, obviously, Portsmouth would end up finishing this game with the win. I didn't want to cover. We didn't cover too much of it because they kind of ended up dominating like we expected. I think Pickens got the player of the game, if you ask me. They also got 2 picks. Now, moving over to the next game, we've got 2 teams that have similar colors. The Rainfire, which is from Germany, is a real European team, joining this league to represent Germany, one of the Germany teams, and representing the Blitz League that used to exist, doesn't exist anymore, the Arizona Outlaw. This is going to be a good one, guys. That's right, Arizona Outlaw are in our league, and they're in the playoffs year number 1, the inaugural season. Let's see if they can do any damage here. To be honest, I like both these teams. I really don't know who I want to win. Meh. I want the Outlaw to win, let's be honest. Arizona Outlaw, early in the game, would go up 7-0. Tight end untestified for there, and later they'd get the ball back. 1st and 10, and it's again a tight end wide open. The Fire, who finished 12-5, just like Arizona, are struggling on defense early in the game. And then another touchdown for the Outlaw. Late in the 1st quarter, Fire on offense. Anthony Richards goes down, and it's all Outlaw here today so far. 2nd and 18. Stepping in the pocket, throwing it deep. It's broken up. Outlaw, possible 3-and-out chance right here. Anthony Richardson says no, it's not going to be that. 1st down. Right around the Outlaws logo there. Later in the game, guy open. Brought down at the 2. And the Fire, for the first time, are going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Anthony Richards. Or Richardson, should I say. The Fire would get the ball back later in this game, into the 4th quarter. You see it, 25-24. Fire in the lead. What a game this was. It was fantastic. Anthony Richardson trying to put this one away. The Outlaw need to get a stop here. You know, you want to give up 3 points, that's okay, but you don't want to give up a touchdown, and that's exactly what happens. It's the Rainfire there. Well, 32-24. Outlaw trying to figure out something. Can they score quickly? That's what they need. You want to probably score before the 2-minute warning if you can. Get that extra timeout. Man in motion here. And it's going to be a swing out pass there. Just get out of bounds if you can. He doesn't. That's a big mistake. So later in the game, 3rd and 6. It's caught, but the Fire are making the Outlaw work for it here. Which Arizona Outlaw do finally punch it in. But is it too little, too late? That is the question. You need this onside kick. 32-30. And it's too late. The Fire will secure the win. The Arizona Outlaw have been eliminated. And it was a really good game. I wanted to show you guys more, but, you know, this is the first season. I want to get through the inaugural season so we can get some new faces and get this league to really feel like a unique league that you won't see anywhere else on YouTube. And if we have Herbert and we have guys like Lamar Jackson in here, that's not going to be the case. So you can see those guys anywhere. But that's going to do it for this episode. We're going to cover the rest of the playoffs in next episode, and then of course we'll have our big championship match. I want you guys to choose the trophy name and the name of the bowl, right? As far as it goes, these are the results for the rest of the league. The Edmonton Elk knock off the other Arizona team, the Arizona Rattlers, and Jacksonville Sharks move on. So this is going to be interesting. You guys let me know what you think, though. I thank you so much for watching. Tell me who your favorite team is down in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one.